Good morning everyone and welcome to Lords for the first day of the first test match between the West Indies and Sri Lanka. This is the third quarter-final series of the Hero Cricket League's Y50 Test Match Championship 2020. Before we go through the two teams, let's remind ourselves on how the championship is looking so far. We've had two quarter-final series, New Zealand beating Australia in 5 test matches and South Africa beating England last week in 2 test matches. Remember, the first side to win 2 test matches in each of these series will progress onto the next stage. New Zealand and South Africa will play the first semi-final, and the second semi-final will be made up between the West Indies, Sri Lanka, India and Pakistan. So back here at Lords for this first test match, we've been out to have a look at the pitch and it looks very dusty. Unusually for Lords, this pitch is probably going to take a lot of spin, and we can see that reflected in the team selections. The West Indies have selected Gordon Greenidge and Desmond Haynes to open the batting, Brian Lara at 3, Viv Richards at 4, Garfield Sobers at 5, he will act as the second spinner for the West Indies, Clive Lloyd the captain is batting at number 6, Jeff Dujon the wicket-keeper, and then the rest of the bowling attack, Malcolm Marshall, Joel Garner and Curtly Ambrose, the 3 fast bowlers, what an attack that is, and Lance Gibbs the off-spinner will make up the bowling lineup with Michael Holding being 12th man. Sri Lanka, as you would expect, have a lot of spin in their side. Sanath Jayasuriya will open the batting with Marvin Atapattu. Kumar Sangakkara is the captain of the side, batting at number 3. Mahela Jayawardena, Aravinda De Silva and Angelo Matthews make up the rest of the middle order batting. Prasanna Jayawardena has been given the gloves for this side. And then the main bowlers, Chaminda Vaas, the left-arm swing bowler, Rangana Herath, the left-arm finger spinner, Lasith Malinga, the slinging right-arm fast bowler, and then the world-leading wicket-taker, the magnificent Matthaya Muralitharan to bowl his off-spin throughout this match and bat at number 11. Tilan Samarawira is the 12th man. Well, as we said earlier, talk around the ground is that this pitch is expected to take a lot of spin, and you feel that this is Sri Lanka's best opportunity to beat this mighty West Indian side. The weather is also good for the entire 5 days, and so this surely must be a win the toss and bat first pitch. Let's head over to the toss now, where the two captains are out in the middle and Sri Lanka have the call. The West Indies have won the toss and will bat first. We join the action now as Gordon Greenidge prepares to face up to the first ball of this test match from Chaminda Vaas. A little bit of in-swing and driven out to Malinga at mid-on. Lasith Malinga now from the pavilion end. Oh, and that's a nice quick start from Malinga. That's on Greenidge's pads and he's worked that away down the hill for the West Indies' first boundary. Oh, lovely shot, punched away off the back foot, all the way for 4. It's been a very tense start to this test match, 13 overs already for only 23 runs. Oh, that's slightly short from Jayawardena, and Greenidge has pulled that one down the ground for 4. This is the moment we've all been waiting for, the great Muralitharan to take on the mighty West Indies. Oh, an inside edge, but leg slip is a little bit too square, beautifully bowled by Muralitharan, he's already causing problems for the West Indies. That ball really spat at Desmond Haynes, look at that spin. Muralitharan to begin his second over. Lots of turn already, but Desmond Haynes has played that with the spin. Is that going to make it out to the boundary? Yes, it is. Cries of catch from Sri Lanka. That was beautifully bowled by Rangana Herath. That ball bouncing on Gordon Greenidge. There's certainly some spin and bite in this surface early on day 1. Well, that's been swung away by Desmond Haynes all the way out towards deep mid-wicket for 4. Nice aggressive batting against Muralitharan. Well, that's a lovely piece of timing by Gordon Greenidge, and that's the 50 up for the West Indies. Oh, and that's a gorgeous shot, this time behind square. Well, he's such a classically correct batsman. Greenidge sweeps this one. There's no one out there on the boundary, and that's another 4. Greenidge skips down the pitch, and he's punched that one past mid-on. That will be 4 more. Yes, he's starting to get on top of Sri Lanka now. Well, that's a full toss from Herath. He won't be happy with himself. Haynes has smashed that one away. Okay, last ball before lunch. Greenidge and Haynes have done very well in this session. Well, that's hit Haynes on the pad. A big shot by Muralitharan. The umpire says, yes, that's out. Oh, that's an important wicket for Sri Lanka. The last ball before lunch. Desmond Haynes prods forward, hit on the pad, and he is out. LBW to Muralitharan for 35. And the West Indies are 78 for 1. And that will be lunch on day 1. Well, what a fascinating session of Test match cricket. West Indies are 78 for 1, an excellent partnership between Greenidge and Haynes. Let's have a look at the scorecard. 43 not out currently for Gordon Greenidge, 35 for Desmond Haynes, but he was out the last ball before lunch to that man, Matthaya Muralitharan. 9 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 22. No wickets as of yet for the other Sri Lankan bowlers. Well, this is a resumption of an old and favourite battle. Sri Lanka really on the attack against Brian Lara. Oh, and that's out! Kumar Sangakkara has taken the catch at first slip. Muralitharan has done it. He has removed the dangerous Brian Lara for 1. Well, what a piece of bowling. Lara is out. Caught Sangakkara, bowled Muralitharan for 1. And the West Indies are 80 for 2. Viv Richards out there in the middle now to face Herath. He's got that one away. Pass backward point, and that will be his first boundary. That's a lovely shot from Greenwich, very sensibly working the ball with the spin through mid-wicket. Gordon Greenwich now on 49. Oh, that's out. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, no. Matai Muralitharan has dropped a simple caught and bowled return chance. Oh, that's not good for Sri Lanka. Gordon Greenwich still on 49. Oh, and that will be his 50. That's a lovely shot, lifting the ball over mid-wicket. And that's 50 for Gordon Greenwich. Beautifully played. Slightly short from Muralitharan, cut away in the air, but just past cover point, and that will be 4 more. Okay, Muralitharan starts a new over now to Viv Richards. Oh, and Richards has hammered that one through cover point. What a shot. Well, that's a lovely little on-drive from Gordon Greenwich, down the ground for 4. That's the shot Muralitharan wants Greenwich to play, but he's got enough bat on that, and that's away for 4. Oh, that's beautifully hit. Gordon Greenwich is starting to take real control of this innings. Big shot from Chimendavasa and the Sri Lankans, but that looked a little bit leg side to me. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, that's nicely bowled again, but beautifully played by Greenwich. Oh, this is such a lovely battle between these two. Oh, just slightly short, and Greenwich has smashed that one away. He's moved into the 80s now. Rangana Herath is back on now at the nursery end. Well, that's another lovely piece of timing by Gordon Greenwich. He's batting beautifully today. That's been sliced away by Greenwich. He moves on to 94, and the West Indies are past 150. Oh, beautifully timed by Richards. That's past fine leg, and will be 4. What a great challenge for Herath to bowl to Viv Richards. Oh, and lots of spin there. That's beautifully bowled. This will probably be the last over before tea. Gordon Greenwich is on 98. That's a nice little late cut that's gone all the way for 4, and that will be 100 for Gordon Greenwich. And that will be tea on day 1. The West Indies have moved on to 174 for 2. 96 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in that session. Let's have a look at the scorecard. Gordon Greenwich has batted beautifully today. He is on 103, not out, and Viv Richards is with him on 32, taking his time, but he can always accelerate late in the day. For Sri Lanka, well, the same old story really. Muralitharan has been the most threatening bowler, 2 for 66. The other bowlers have bowled well in patches, but have not yet taken a wicket. Rangana Herath to resume after tea. Oh, that's a big full toss, and Richards has swept that one away down towards fine leg for 4. Greenwich is really enjoying that backward point reach, and that's 4 more. Well, Greenwich is wrapped on the pad. That looks very straight. Muralitharan appeals, and the umpire says yes, that's out. Beautifully bowled by Muralitharan. Greenwich on the front foot, but not far enough forward. That ball would have clipped onto leg stump, and he is out. LBW to Muralitharan for a fantastic 109, and the West Indies are 186 for 3. Another big shout from the Sri Lankans. The umpire says no. Oh, that ball must have been spinning down the leg side. Sobers has run that ball away down towards the Warner stand, 3rd man, and that's his first boundary. Oh wow, look at those Sobers wrists. That's the 200 up for the West Indies. Herath just starting you over to Sobers now. Well, that's been whipped away again through mid-wicket. That will be 4 more. Well, that's too short from Herath, and beautifully guided away by Sobers all the way to the boundary. Well, that's nicely bowled. A bit of extra spin for Herath. They appeal to the umpire, who says, yes, that's out. Herath has got the important wicket of Garfield Sobers. Nice bit of spin out of the rough there. And Garfield Sobers is out. LBW to Herath for 21, and the West Indies are 215 for 4. Clive Lloyd, West Indies captain, is out in the middle. Oh, Muralitharan's overpitched that one. That's a big full toss, and Clive Lloyd has squirted that one away for his first 4. Oh, that's out too. Beautifully caught by Jai Wardner. That ball went very quickly. Rangana Herath is bowling well. He's really starting to hit his straps. And Clive Lloyd has been dismissed. Caught Mahela Jai Wardner, bowled Herath for 5. And the West Indies are 224 for 5. Sri Lanka are certainly fighting back here at Lords on the first day of the series. And that one's off the edge from Dujon. And that's going to run away down towards 3rd man for 4. Well, Viv Richards is now the key wicket for Sri Lanka. He sweeps this one off Muralitharan. That's fine of the men on the boundary, and that will be 4. And that will be 50 for Viv Richards. Well, quite a circumspect innings, but we do know what damage he can cause later on. Another sweep from Viv Richards. He's used that shot very effectively today. That will be 4 more. Well, that's a typical Richards shot, lofted in the air and down the ground for 4 more. Lasith Malinga now with the new ball. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. That's hit Dujon on the pad. What does the umpire say? Yes, that's out. Beautifully bowled by Malinga. That ball slinging straight onto the stumps. Oh, Sri Lanka are having a very good session, and Jeff Dujon is out. LBW to Malinga for 7, and the West Indies are 248 for 6. The 250 up now for the West Indies. Well, that wasn't really sure, but Viv Richards latched onto that and pulled it away for 4. Oh, not that much swing for Vas, and Richards has smacked that one away through mid-wicket for 4 more. Oh, that's a lovely off drive. This has been a wonderful innings by Richards. He's on to 80 now. Malcolm Marshall now on strike. And oh, that one's past the outside edge. Oh, what a shot from Richards. He's treating Vas like a spinner. Front foot down the pitch and bang. Oh, that's too short from Angelo Matthews. And Marshall's got that one away down towards fine leg for 4. And that will be the end of play on day 1. Well, what an entertaining session of Test match cricket. 115 runs for the West Indies, 4 wickets for Sri Lanka. The West Indies are now 289 for 6. Let's have a look at the scorecard. The West Indies started very well with a 78-run partnership between Greenwich and Haynes before Greenwich went on to score a wonderful 109 runs with 19 boundaries. The other innings of note today, Viv Richards started a little slowly but is accelerating towards the end of his innings. He's currently on 88 not out with 11 boundaries. For Sri Lanka, really the spinners have done the damage. Mattaya Muralitharan 3 wickets, Rengana Herath 2 wickets, and the 1 wicket for Lasith Malinga there towards the end of the day. So I'd say honours are fairly even after the first day's play. Perhaps the West Indies are the slightly happier of the 2 dressing rooms, mainly because they won the toss and are batting first and won't have to bat against Muralitharan towards the end of this match. That's it from us. Do join us tomorrow for day 2, and bye for now.